Hello, everybody, and welcome. So glad to have you all here. I'm one of the hosts tonight. My name is Linda, and I'm from upstate New York. And our other host is Rono.
Hi everyone, it's good to see all of you.
Yes, and he's from Rotterdam. And the topic tonight is transformation. And transformation is the journey from one state of being to another, often sparked by challenges, choices, or moments of clarity. It's not just about change on the surface, but about deep shifts that reshape how we think, feel, and act. In this discussion, we'll explore the different forms of transformation, how they can take personal, emotional, and even collective, and how each step along the way can open the door to new possibilities and growth. Here at Open Diner, we're trying to create a supportive environment where we connect above any differences. We stay on topic, no criticism, avoid politics. Remember to mute your microphone when not speaking to minimize background noise, or we will mute the microphone and we will unmute you when you want to talk. If you can turn your cameras on, that would be great. I see everybody's got their cameras on. And please remember to keep your answers brief so everyone gets a chance to speak. If you want to speak, please use the hand raise function and the host will call on you. Rono?
Yeah, we've had to change a bit because of the very high turnout for today. Meetup surprised us with the very high ranking, so the RSVPs exploded. We're very happy to have you here, and we hope you can all benefit from this connection. It's going to be a very special event, one of a kind, because it would be our biggest turnout. Hopefully, there's still people coming in. So here there is be a few changes because we to avoid that there is a cacophony of too many people talking at the same time. You're gonna raise your hand with using the Zoom feature in the React button, and during the discussion we'll unmute you. Now this is the most of it will be simple, very warm, very lighthearted and informal discussion about the topic of transformation, like Linda announced, which means that there will be simple questions and we'll all try to, from our experience, add to each other so we can, find a common answer together. Hopefully that, gives you a good impression of why Open Diner is popular. And this is Open Diner number 210. It's been 5 years since the pandemic. And we're very happy that it's going in this direction with so many people. And, we're going to keep developing it so that the connection is warmer and stronger each time. So we're going to start, give you a glimpse of how it's going to be happening. We're going to start with those very small icebreaker question. Usually, we let everyone introduce themselves, but we won't have enough time for that. But a few people will start. You tell us your name, where you're joining us from, and you answer the following simple question. It's funny also. If you could transform into an animal for a day, what would you be? All right, so if you want to do that, click the raise hand and I will unmute you one after another. Your name, where you're from, very short. If you could transform into any animal for a day, what would you be? Sebastian.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. Okay. So I would choose an eagle. An eagle is a very observant animal, usually has very keen vision and has kind of I don't know if they have peripheral vision. I'm not sure actually, but they have really good vision. I know that. And
Don't forget where
yeah.
you're from.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm
You
from
don't need to
Ottawa.
explain.
My name is Sebastian, so I'm from Ottawa in Ontario, Canada. Yeah.
Thank you.
I also have a quote. maybe you could share if maybe it could spark some discussion. It's very relevant to the transformation part, the journey. I was actually talking with a friend of mine, and we came up with this together, and I think it's quite relevant and compared to everything you see on social media. But I'll
And the
just share the
quote
quote.
is,
I'll keep it brief. Yeah,
I would,
go ahead.
and the quote is,
Oh, okay. In dialogue, we are kind, listen, grow, and share. In a heated argument, we are mean, don't listen, and expose our limiting beliefs.
thank you, Susie.
Yeah, I'd be a dolphin because I've played with the dolphins.
You don't need to explain, just the name of the animal.
They have fun. Thank you.
Sassy?
You say your name and where you're from, and which animal would you be if you could be an animal for a day? I don't know if you're speaking, we can't hear you. Shazi?
Am I supposed to be unmuted?
Yeah.
You are
Oh,
unmuted.
okay. Sorry about that. My name's Shakaya. I'm joining from Atlanta, and I would transform into a shark.
Okay. Gary.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Gary. I am from Mentor, Ohio, and I would transform into a bear.
Jadine?
Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Jaden Cooper. I live in New York, Brooklyn, and if I had an animal of choice, I would choose the hummingbird.
Afi.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. My name is Rafi. I live in Newmarket. I'm currently in Toronto, but originally I'm from the Holy Land itself, Israel. I have family in Jerusalem. I'm Armenian, and therefore my animal of choice would be a dove because Mount Ararat, this is a mountain of peace. I'm all about peace.
Hello everyone, I'm Nori from Japan, and I'd like to become a bird, any kind of bird. I'd like to fly. That's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Ricardo. I speak from Cleveland, Ohio, United States. And if I could transform, I would be a cat because my cat has a very good life. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Kerry, and what I would like to be, oh yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I would like to be a Burmese mountain dog. I've had one before, and it's like every single day, it's just like a fun time with them and all that stuff. It'd be pretty awesome.
Hey, thank you. Don't forget, you don't need to explain.
Joy.
Hi, my name is Barbara. I'm from Delaware, and my animal is the Black Panther.
Okay. I'm Angela Datcher. I do live in the Atlanta area right now, Nigerian by ethnicity, and my animal would be something in the cat family. So I'll say tiger for the time being.
Blake, you be the last. Go ahead.
I think Blake's sound is not working. Can't hear you, Blake.
Okay. I was unmuted.
Karen?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Karen, everyone calls me Dr. K. I'm from New York, from the Bronx. And if I could choose an animal, it would be an eagle.
Okay, thank you. There's way too many of you to do that, but it's this glance, very nice glance. What we're going to do is the discussion is going to start after a couple of clips, very short clips that we're going to give us a jumping off point. And when you answer a question for the first time, if you haven't introduced yourself here, then you start with your name and where you're from, and then you go to the question. But also, let's remember, there is right now 131 of us in the Zoom. Keep your answers as brief as you can. Try this. If you think you're going to be long, just cut yourself short and let someone else finish while you started. You'll be surprised what happens. Let's watch a short clip that will explain the rules of the round table, which are the rules that we follow here at Open Diner. It will allow us to create a very nice, warm, and open discussion. It's very short. Please give it all your attention.
The rules of the round table. Around the table, no one is.
We
The
lost
rules
sound,
of the
Ron.
round table.
Good.
Around the table, no one is more important or less important. Everyone is equal and very important. We don't reject opinions or negate, but only collaborate. The real solution won't come from knowledge or verbal perfection, but only from our connection.
Okay. Now we're going to see a small video, short video, called The Butterfly and the Cocoon. And it explains, or it shows, how struggles and transformations can give us strength. After the video, we'll be asking a few questions, and you can raise your hand with your opinion on the answer.
I came across this powerful story that really highlighted how our struggles form our greatest strengths. When you listen to this story, see if you can apply it, not just to your life, but also to those who you love. Sometimes you have the best intentions to help others through trying to eliminate their struggles, when really all they need is to know that they can handle it on their own. The story goes like this. There once was a man who came across a butterfly cocoon. Curious to see the butterfly emerge, the man sat and watched for many hours as the butterfly struggled to force its body through a small hole. Then, nothing. The butterfly appeared to stop making any progress. It seemed to the man that the butterfly had gone as long and as far as it could and could struggle no more. So, with the best intentions, the man decided he had to help the butterfly. He grabbed a pair of scissors and cut off the remaining bit of the cocoon. With the cocoon cut open, the butterfly no longer had to struggle and emerged easily. However, as it emerged, the man noticed it had a swollen body and small shriveled wings. The man continued to watch, expecting the butterfly to grow its wings and fly away. However, this did not happen. The butterfly spent the rest of its very short life crawling around the ground with a swollen body and small wings, unable to fly. Although the man had the best intentions, what he failed to understand was that the cocoon's job is to provide the struggle and resistance the butterfly needs to grow. The restriction from the tiny opening of the cocoon is exactly what it needed because it forces fluid from the body of the butterfly into its wings, which enables the wings to grow and prepare it for freedom once it earns its way out of the cocoon. There's a powerful life lesson here. Our struggles always give us strength. Sometimes the struggles we go through are exactly what we need to grow and develop. Although it is never fun in the moment, we can always look back on difficult moments as crucial times that changed us for the better in some way. We all face struggle, and sometimes we watch those we love struggle as well. And although we don't wish upon anyone hard times, we all need them for growth and for strength. Trying to avoid struggle, taking the easy path, will only lead to a harder life, to greater struggles later on. Cursing the world and blaming struggles and circumstances for where you are will never help either. You must face your struggles and learn from them. Use the hard times of your past to your advantage. You must face your struggles and believe you have the strength to overcome them. If you can do that, you will overcome them. There's no shame in struggle. We all face our own battles in life. They are part of our journey, part of our story, pieces of our puzzle. Next time you are going through a challenge or a struggle, remind yourself, this struggle is strengthening me. This struggle is preparing me for something bigger and better. This struggle was sent to make me stronger, wiser, better. It was sent to give me strength so I can fly.
Pretty cool video. So the first question is, and like I said, you can raise your hand when you want to give your opinion. How can struggles uncover strengths we didn't know we had? And the question's also in the chat. How can struggles uncover strengths we didn't know we had? Kathleen?
My husband passed away and I struggle with it every day. And I don't see how I've learned anything, how I've grown from it. Nothing. I just
I think overcoming this struggle will teach you something.
How do I overcome the death of my husband?
It happened to me many years ago, so you can do it if you try.
Oh, believe me, I try. I try.
Daryl?
Also remember, Kathleen, don't, it's gonna create emotions in you. You'll be sad, you'll be, maybe devastated, but still, remember, you keep going in life, because there are other people around you probably that need you, and you contribute to their lives, maybe unknowingly even. So there will be a day where you'll be able to look back and see something. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but hang in there, please.
Yeah. Daryl? Daryl, can you unmute?
He's unmuted, but your audio is very low.
Yeah. Okay, Dawn?
We still can't hear you. You're very muffled.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Daryl. Dawn?
Hi. I think it's because when I have a struggle, it's usually something I've not been through before, and so I'm discovering during this struggle um, how I'm going to respond. It's the strengths and the weaknesses of what is made within me. They come to the surface as I go through a struggle. I think that's, for me, that's the uncovering.
Thank you. Ricardo?
Hi, I think, yeah, everybody's life is different, and every person's gonna have different struggles at different time of your life. Uh, I have my own struggles, and in the beginning, I just used to sit and complain and watch TV, and nothing happened. So I started talking to people and looking for solutions. Then is when it takes time, but then is when you start to see results. A therapist, the church, I think it all helps.
A reminder, remember to be brief. There's a lot of friends here. We want everyone to be able to speak.
George?
There we are. Cancer, it's a boundary. Knew it was coming. What am I going to do? The Finns have a word, SISU. It translates into fighting spirit. Well, I can sit here and cry in my beer or fight. So.
I hope you're a fighter, George. Gary? Where did he go? Okay. Oh, Roberta?
Hi, I'm Roberta from New York. I think one of the strengths that I found from going through struggles and loss and death, let's say, or anything, and I go through life, I learned to understand that I need others, and I see who my friends really are. So I uncover the strengths of community and friends and support that I didn't know I had before. It brings something out good out of others that I never thought I could even get from them. They come and they help, which is great.
Thank you, Roberta.
Also, remember that if you haven't introduced yourself before, just start with your name. I could add to it that, we have to remember that the struggle is not meant to feel good. A struggle is a struggle. That's the definition. It's pain. Sometimes it's excruciating, but the solution or getting a lesson from it comes after.
After overcoming it. Barbara?
Yeah, I think resilience and empathy for what I have been through, that then I could be more empathetic towards others in that same kind of situation. And also, like I said, resilience. And I'm from New York City.
Which borough?
Brooklyn.
Okay. Rafi?
Hi, Rafi, Toronto. Again, originally from Israel, the Holy Land. I already said I'm Armenian and I'm big on faith. And sometimes God tests you so much that you don't have any friends or family or your own mom or any support system. Um, and yeah, you go through a struggle, but I do believe we were made in his image, That means I'm a little bit God, you're a little bit God, everyone's a little bit God on the inside. And that begs the question, and this is for everyone in this room. Did you remember to believe in yourself today? Because if not, to me, you're not a true believer. Believe in yourself. You can overcome those struggles. All of you in this chat room. Yeah, that was me.
Thank you, Rafi.
Thank you.
Jaden?
There we go. I was trying to unmute myself. I don't know what happened, but I guess you guys are in control of it. So Honestly, I think this is what led me to this group meeting because I'm going through a rough situation in my life. I'll be honest. I'm in the shelter. Um, I got out of a relationship with an ideal partner, and we both have a puppy, which makes it worse. And I'm not talking to anyone, trying to find myself through this process. So, my point being, I think it comes from just finding yourself, what makes you happy, what aligns with you on the inside. And, you know, I think over time you grow into the person that you are meant to be, and you find a lot of interests that you may have never known while sitting with your emotions and sitting with the pain and being stronger, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's my take on struggle. You become a different person, a different animal, as they would say, like a lion.
You, Jaden. A couple of reminders. Start with your name if you haven't introduced yourself before. And please be short. Let's try a second question. We keep going. Remember, we tried adding to each other and we get a common answer, something that we contribute. Your own experience is invaluable. Can we help each other without impeding growth? There was the example of the butterfly in the video clip. He cut the cocoon to help the butterfly out, but it didn't leave enough time for its wings to grow. So can we help each other without impeding growth? Rick?
I would say, Rick from Central Illinois. I would say, yes, we can without competing. And we do that by refraining from giving advice, would be my easiest and quickest.
Bastian?
Question?
I can't hear you, Sebastian. No, audio is gone. All right, Gary.
I would say we definitely can. Um, it's essentially where, you let the person fall and make mistakes, but you help them on the way up. So like let them fall down, but when they get up, that's when you want to like help them. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Rose?
Hi, I'm Rose and I'm calling in from Florida. Um, I think just being there and listening, um, and you don't have to provide support or them. Sometimes you can't provide support, whether that's financial or physically being there, but just telling somebody, hey, I'm there for you, I feel like speaks volumes. Um, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Rose. Bridget? Don't be shy. You can open your camera if you're not doing something private.
Yeah, I never know I was recorded, so I didn't really want to be on camera like that. But when I have to talk, I will talk.
Thank you.
So I'm Bridget from New York, Lower East Manhattan. Thanks for having me. Just a listening ear or emotional support can mean much more than I would say trying to save them or trying to solve their problems because it usually never helps. It almost hurts. So yeah, that's my comment.
Thank you. Sims?
Hi. I think we can, by listening to others attentively, that could encourage others to be themselves without impedance. It's my opinion. Thank you.
Sorry, but that seems you're muted. Go ahead.
Okay. I think that a part of it is understanding that everybody's struggle is unique and trying to really understand how you can be there for them without handicapping them is important too.
Berta?
Well, I would say that without impeding growth, it would be to listen. You know, you're not in making them think a different way or anything, but a lot of times people just really need to hear, see that somebody's listening to them. And, you know, through that silence, even a lot of growth comes. There's something that I think the soul needs is sometimes silence. So I would say to just listen, and then something new will come out of it.
One thing I have to say also, it's we're trying to give a voice to those who haven't spoken already. So I'm not skipping you, but I'm giving Claude a chance.
Hi, my name is Clodagh, and I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. And deep empathy, just joining with the person and sometimes sharing your own experience to empathize with the person that's going through a lot. That's it.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, hi, I'm Chris. I'm from the Philly area, Philadelphia. I would say, yeah, you can definitely help other people if probably by helping them see things from a different angle. Because I think in my case anyway, I find that a lot of my struggles are because I end up doing the same thing over and over again. You never get anywhere. You got to get out of your comfort zone and try something new. And I think other people could maybe help you see what you're doing wrong and see things from a different angle. So
Thank you. Blake, if you can open your camera also.
Thank you for having me. My name is Blake. I am living in the state of Florida. And to answer the question, there's people out there that aren't looking for an answer for anything. There's people who are simply just wanting to have another ear that can reach their voices to. We don't have the answer to everything, but what we can most certainly do is provide comfort.
Angela.
Okay. So I would say yes. Just concurring with Roberta and Blake, I think a lot of people just need someone to listen. Additionally, kind of expounding upon that, I think knowing you are not the only one who's ever gone through this, or being able to see someone who has gone through it and is like on the other side of it or making it through it, helps lift a lot of the weight off of your shoulders. Like I've been through depression. I have a best friend that's going through it right now. So sometimes I'm just like, yeah, I understand it was tough, and this, that, and the other, maybe try this, but I won't tell her what to do. But just the fact that she knows she's not the only person going through it has helped.
Thank you. Irina.
Hello, everyone. I'm Irina. I live in Maryland, close to Baltimore. To answer the question, what is the question? Can you help someone without impeding growth? Absolutely. I think it's important to know what their goals are and so to hold them accountable to their goals. Just checking in and asking them, hey, where are you at with this? How's this going? Um, I think it's really important. I think accountability is the key to success. So if you share your goals with like a friend or a family member and they actually check in and see how you're doing, how far you've gone, and maybe if you're stuck, maybe you need to talk about it. But accountability to me is extremely important.
All right, Rafi, can you be short?
Um, Basically, yes and no. I think it depends entirely on the butterfly inside the cocoon. You can guide them out. You can say, wait for this thing to happen. But the thing is, most butterflies I know are so busy struggling that they can't listen. So they have to find their own way. But it is possible if you know someone who's there for you and if you would let them guide you and listen to them a little bit because they're here for you.
Thank you. Linda is asking the next question.
Yep. Okay. We'll keep it, you can keep your hands up and we'll get to you for your opinion on this next question. How does working through our struggles bring us closer together? How does working through our struggles bring us closer together? Arvind?
Okay. Hi, my name is Arvind. I'm from Kitchener, Ontario. One of my friends, he just passed away. And one of the most important things in this listening and was when I used to go and see he had an accident and he was paralyzed neck down. So I used to go and see him and he was so glad and it brought us together closer to each other. But also whenever he would say something, it was just like he's talking, we are like his reflecting board, he was listening and it made us both close together, me closer to him and his family too. And also another tool I find which is very useful in this mode that a lot of people are not really using right now is this chat GPT and all this artificial intelligence chatbots. You can talk to them and they give you such great advice. So if you ever have to go through different things to look at, you can look at through ChatGPT or any of these AI tools. They're very nice. Okay, end of.
Okay, thank you. Dawn?
I find it's Dawn from Boston. Hope you guys can hear me. I find that when I find someone who is willing to listen and they're able to identify, even in the smallest of ways, to what I am going through, from that point on, I feel a bond to that person. That I feel like somebody is rooting for me and that I could go back to that connection and maybe even luckily be able to help them.
Thank you, Dawn. Lana, we haven't heard from you yet.
I'm Alana from Stone Mountain, Georgia. And I just wanted to say, working through struggles brings us closer just by having a commonality. So if you have someone that's going through the same thing that you're going through, or you empathize with the person, it would not, 9 out of 10 or naturally just bring you closer to that person because you guys have, similar issues or a similar situation.
Thank you, Lana. Stephanie?
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm from Jersey. So to answer the question is when we go through struggles, I think day to day we always focus on being independent, but when we go through struggles, it forces us to create a support system. It forces us to connect with other people. And because of that, in and of itself brings you closer together, but also I'm personally sick. So it also sets the it also kind of brings things into perspective. So I think that's the way it kind of brings us closer together.
Thank you, Stephanie. Elisa?
Hi, everybody. I'm Alisa from Brooklyn, New York, and I'm very grateful to be here. It's a very deep discussion, and how does working through our struggle bring us closer together? I think we have to understand that there is. I think we are tied together, and everything right now in life, in technologies that show us that we are so interconnected, and there is no way, to be like on your own to go through. So we all go through struggles. We are all together, and the more we are getting closer to each other, the more understanding we get that there is a purpose of those struggles, that there is a purpose that leading us toward realizing, something bigger, something that we are you intended to achieve in this life. And I'm very grateful for everyone who's here and sharing their hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, Elisa. Let's see. Ricardo?
Hi, this is Ricardo from Cleveland, Ohio again. I think even on simple things like the other day, I saw a friend at work, he was struggling to set up an appointment in Outlook. And I knew how to do, so I gave him the directions, and it helps strengthen the work relations and the work environment. So I think even little things count if you have a chance to. It's not going to take too much of your time. Anytime you can help brings us close together. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Kathleen?
There we go. I just think being a friend and having that friend with you in the bond of understanding what you're going through is wonderful. You grow together.
Yes.
And I'm from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island or Long Island?
Rhode Island. That's a big, people get confused.
I wanted to make sure.
Yes, Rhode Island, the ocean state, the smallest state.
Yep. Bridget?
Give me 1 second, yeah. So I think it's learning how to understand somebody's struggle and cooperate to almost make it easier for them. It's like a way of like self-healing them because you're helping them and they're helping you. So when they're going through the struggle, it's like you can be there to understand and empathize, and that creates like a human connection, a human existence, that everything's gonna be okay. So it's my answer.
George?
Can't hear you, George.
Sorry about that. I thought I turned it on. Hi, I'm George, outside of Washington, D.C. It doesn't. We're born alone, we die alone.
Jesus.
People might mean something helpful, but final count, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm sorry. I apologize for it sounding upsetting.
Well, you shared your experience. I think we're grateful for that. We have to understand that life teaches us in its ways, and it shapes us, and it places us in a specific setting. And in that setting, we have our part to play. So don't worry, you're playing your part. I do want to hear Susie. You haven't raised your hand.
Oh, can you hear me? I can't unmute.
We can hear you.
You can? Okay. Well, I was going to say when we struggle together, like, I feel like I have something really close with Kathleen, even though I don't know her because she's struggling because she lost a mate, which I lost. So when you get through very, very difficult things, you do find each other. You're a strength to people. You're a strength as you get through your stuff, you're stronger. Thank you so much.
Nancy, what about you?
Um, this one was a little bit of a harder one, but I think the biggest thing for anybody struggling with anything is just to know you're not alone. Know there's other people out there who probably have gone through something similar, and also just that they care about you and want to stick by you while you get through it. And it's Nancy from Chicago suburbs in Illinois.
Thank you, Nancy. Let's do one last question. It's you can see where the time went there. It's all right. This one is give it your best shot. If real strength is gained through struggle, how can we use that strength to help others? If real strength is gained through struggle, how can we use that strength to help others? Who's ready for that? Sims? Yeah.
I believe that sharing our experiences, if we have gone through a similar situation to them, allows them to know that they're not alone.
Yep.
Thank you, Sims. Timothy, first time, where are you from?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Timothy and I am from New York City. I think that shared struggle produces intimacy or connectedness. And I think when, people can be connected or come together, they're more powerful than they are apart. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Daryl? Try again. You still muffled. Your mic, there is something wrong with your mic.
Yeah, we can't
We
make
can
out.
hear you, but it's too low, way too low. All right, we're going to try Rick.
Hi, Rick again, Central Illinois. I would say it allows us to understand that we all have shared fears, and overcoming those struggles allows us to face and overcome our shared fears.
Ernesto.
Hi everybody, it's my first time here. I am arrived and I am a newcomer here in Moncton, Canada. And I want to share what I think. I think it's better to share our experience with people who in trouble, who is in trouble, struggling with something. Why? Because we can demonstrate that we can improve ourselves, managing our struggles and making the other person feel that he is or she is not alone, and he can talk to us anytime to get the maybe the strength to go ahead and overcome any problem he has or had.
Thank you. Haja.
Hi, my name is Haja. This is my first time here. Thank you so much for the question. My contribution would be that I think it's definitely a good thing. The struggles kind of like bring people together, but like when they are shared with other people, somehow like you can see that there is another person who has been going through the same thing. So at some point, like you kind of like can help each other because you know the stages that the person has been in. So you can just kind of like hold your hands together and kind of like learn from each other and also grow like more like as part of the team. Thank you.
Thank you. Christina? Yeah, you're muted. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Hi, I'm Christina from New Jersey. Boy, it's like looking at role models when you're a little girl. It's not jealousy, it's looking like, wow, I really want to be able to do what that person does. So having a strength of having overcome something can shine out to other people and they might be magnetized towards you because you know how to do that. Thank you for this. This has been wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you. Shacy?
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yes, let me turn my camera back on. Well, I'll figure it out, but I'll start talking while I'm doing that. Um, I would say it's just by sharing your story. I know a lot of things that I've struggled with in the past. I thought that I was alone in going through it, but YouTube is phenomenal. I mean, no matter what you're going through, there's someone going through that same thing, and just hearing that experience and knowing that you can see the other side is really helpful. So, yes, just sharing.
Thank you. Rose?
Again, I believe that that's how communities are built throughout. This is the very reason why we're here. We're all going through something and being able to generate solutions or just being able to listen to what's going on to kind of reflect on how we can go out into the community and make things better.
Thank you. Roberta?
I think when we go through different struggles, there's something that comes out of a struggle and it's something that can't be taught. We have to go through it. And I think we get empathy. That's something I never had before till I actually lost, let's say, my father. And when someone else loses, like different people had said here tonight, I could feel it. I feel it in my heart. I understand what it means. And it could be through anything, losing a job. And, as we get older, through experience, we learn so much wisdom. And I look at my niece and my nephew who are much younger than me, and I say, if I could only tell them what they need to do before, they get hurt. But this is something that I think life gives us. It gives us these things to learn and grow and to share with others. And I've learned so much from my elders and even from people that went through stuff I didn't go through. So we need others to truly learn what's going on in this life and how to actually live a good life. So thank you, everybody, for sharing tonight. Amazing.
Chanel?
Hi. So I think Chanel from New York. A lot of people are speaking about how we help each other, especially like within our communities. And I think sometimes people don't realize the impact that they have on each other when someone isn't necessarily in your direct community. And what makes me think of this is just the 4 minute mile. And there was, prior to someone being able to complete this mile in under 4 minutes, everyone just thought that what they had seen was possible and that they could never be able to do something like that. And someone daring to push themselves beyond their current capability, which was that struggle, allowed them to do it in under 4 minutes. And once that was done, other people saw it was possible and they just kept breaking that record. And so I think that even if it's not in your direct community, you have an impact on other people by through what you do and in different ways that you excel. Sorry, I was a little nervous.
All right, thank you. Okay, this is the last 4 minutes. Well, actually, we need some time to close, so you guys are going to have to do blitz round. Stephanie.
All right. So am I answering the same question?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to quickly go through it as fast as I can. It's going to be a different angle though. I'm going to agree with George in a way. Nobody wanted to, I think everybody was, we are on an independent journey. You need to focus on yourself. You need to elevate yourself. You need to raise your frequency. Now, with that being said, when you do raise your frequency, you do affect others without even trying. Meaning your energy, your inspiration, what you do is going to impact others. That's why it's so important for you to focus on yourself. I know this is a different angle, but I wanted to be sure that I mentioned that because we are here on Earth, which means we are supposed to connect with others without attachment. Other than that, we do focus on ourselves and we are supposed to raise our frequency. That in of itself does more than what your words and actions can do.
I
That's
think
it.
you
I
gotta
thank you, but
explain what a blitz round is.
you have to be
Rono.
shorter than that. All right, Angela, can you top that?
Top that, I don't know, but I think while I do agree that we are on individual paths, I think one thing to remember is we can learn from one another. I'm a project manager. At the end of projects, we do lessons learned, and we use that to go into the next project so we don't make the same mistakes. I think as a community, we can help each other by taking the strength we have and what we learned in the process of our struggle and passing it on to the next person. They may listen, they may not listen. Their struggle may not be the same, but there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to fail like I failed. Like,
Okay. Dawn, can you be shorter than that?
Yeah, I'll try. So when I get onto the other side of a struggle and I'm able to realize what the strengths were that got me through that struggle, it gives me great empathy for how difficult that kind of a struggle is for another. And being able to at least be able to share one of the strengths that I'm then aware of to that person that may help them.
All right, thank you. Rafi, I'm gonna give you the chance to close, but you have to do it like in 15 seconds. Go ahead.
I'm going to use heaven and hell. I believe that in order to get to heaven, you must go through the gates of hell. And I believe you can guide people through hell if you've been through hell and struggling. But I do believe that you cannot walk for them through the gates of hell. They must do the walking on themselves. You're just to guide because you've already been through hell.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. That was a journey. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here in such numbers. Thank you for participating. The ones who haven't spoken, next time we'll be, expecting you to do that. Seriously, you have an experience that everyone needs to hear. All right, transformation struggle, that means an opportunity for change, a chance for improvement. But we have to be willing to see it, as such, an opportunity, to accelerate the process. You have to be open, be confident. Life is embracing you. It's not always pleasant. The struggle is meant to be that, but it always invites growth. So we'll be waiting for you again in 2 weeks. We'll have another one, probably with more people, hopefully, and more people participating. And our next topic will be the happiness muscle. Linda, announcements?
Thank you everyone for being here. It's really been a blessing to have you all here and to hear all your opinions. It's been beautiful. A few ways to keep in touch with us at Open Diner. You can join our meetup group, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Nextdoor, Twitter, Pinterest. If you prefer, you can subscribe to our email list for a bi-weekly notification about our events, and your email is never shared with a third party. Some of our old events are on YouTube if you want to watch and share. And please invite your friends to join us too. All the links I spoke about are in the chat here. And I thank you all for coming, and I hope I'll see you all in 2 weeks.
A bit of music on the way out.
Oh, the times they are a-changin'.